Hello friends, this is Santhanam. Welcome back to the second video, and in this video I would like to talk about the importance of learning history. In the last video we defined what history is. We tried to understand how to study history. If you remember, history can be looked at as a subject of studying individuals and societies. That's what history is. Now in this video I would like to talk about why history is important, why learning history is important. See, you are asked to study history. You are asked to study history from a very early age, and you will be studying history almost throughout your school life. There are people who go on to study history even in colleges, and many people even get PhDs in history. That's how much history is studied. But at a schooling level, almost all of you, everybody in all over the country, they are all learning history because the government, the education system, the Indian leaders think that students, children should know history. They must know history. Now the question is, why should anybody know history? It is understandable that people expect students to learn history. That's understandable. But why do they expect that? That's what I want to understand. That's what I want to try to analyze in this video. See, history, many scholars say, is helpful for us in so many ways. It is helpful in certain aspects of our life. What aspects? History helps us to know our own identity. People say history is very helpful for us to understand and appreciate our own identity. For example, what language do I speak? What is the history of my language? What community do I belong to? What type of food I consume? What type of clothes, traditional clothes I wear? All of it has its answers in history, and therefore studying history will help us identify our own identity. Then the next is, studying history will help us rectify our past mistakes. For example, in the past, Indians were divided. Indians were divided based on region, they were divided based on religion, based on language, based on caste, based on every possible way. Every possible culture and heritage was used by the Indians to differentiate themselves from others. So Indians were divided. Now this division is not conducive for India, because it is this division which allowed the British to rule over Indians. They kept all the Indians divided, and when they kept all the Indians divided, they were able to rule over India and they were able to exploit India. So therefore, in order to overcome these problems, Indians educated themselves, Indian freedom fighters educated themselves about the problems of this division, and they were the ones who overcame this problem. They were the ones who rectified this mistake and told that no matter what your religion is, no matter what your language is, no matter what community you belong to, we are all Indians. We are all the same. And it is because of that rectification of mistakes that Indian freedom fighters were able to push the freedom struggle, and they were able to accomplish the Indian independence. So it applied then, it applies even today. Even today, whenever there is division in the society, we can very well point to the fact that in the past, when we were divided, we were exploited. When we were united, we were able to liberate ourselves. So that story can be talked about by Indians even today, can be used by Indians even today. And this is also one reason to learn history, one reason that everybody has to learn history. So history will help you to have your identity. History will help you to actually rectify your past mistakes to ensure a better future. History is also important to understand the current social problems. I will give you one example of some current social problems which has its root in history. You take the case of the poor status of women in India. Men and women are equal as per the Constitution of India. But are they actually treated equally? The answer is no. Women are treated as second-class citizens in so many different ways in society today. And you will notice that this current problem of poor treatment of women has its roots in history. It has started in the age-old Vedic times itself. From there, you will notice that the women section of the society, the female section of the society were subjugated, objectified, and they were treated as men's property. When that is the case, the status of women is going to be very bad only. And it has started out in a very age-old time. And from then on, the status of women kept on becoming worse and worse. It did not improve much. And in the post-modern times, after independence, now we try to treat everybody at the same level. And now when you look at the problems faced by women in India, you know from where all of this started. So you find the root cause of the social problems that is faced by Indians today in history. You take the case of caste system also. Caste system is practiced today in India very generously by Indians, and you will notice that this caste system has actually risen in history in the age-old times. And from there you will notice that the caste system is getting more and more evolved. It is evolving, it is getting fragmented, it is getting bigger. And what we see today is a result of the evolution of caste system over so many years. So in order for us to understand the current problems in caste system, we have to look at history. So why is history important? History helps us understand who we are. History helps us understand our social problems. History will help us make better decisions for the future. So this is why learning history is important. We have come to the end of this video. We will meet again in the next one. Thank you.